49ers fans, San Francisco 49ers fans, how we doing? Niners faithful, where you at and how are we? Welcome back to C-Train Station to those subscribers, right? Welcome to C-Train Station. If you're new, hey, let's have some fun. Let's talk about some recent Niners moves, right? Hey, guess what? Breaking news, right? News flash. The Niners actually made a trade this week. And also, they had a pretty, not like a significant signing, but honestly, for right now, yes, a significant signing. Let's break it all down. So, the Niners traded with the New England Patriots. They traded a 6th-round draft pick for defensive lineman Keion White and a 7th-rounder. So, they got rid of a 6th-rounder, got Keion White and a 7th-rounder back. Let's just talk about first what White might bring to the team, and then let's just sort of analyze the trade. Then we'll get to the other addition as well. Keion White has all the measurables. So good news for Niners fans. This man definitely is physically, he is there. He has, he's got it. He's got it when we're talking about physical makeup. He is big, listed at 6'5", 290 pounds. Big man, big player, strong, big hands. But this is interesting. Okay, I like the whole big hands thing, and I guess I'll just get into this real quick, is because, like, you are literally doing hand-to-hand combat as a defensive lineman with offensive linemen. Period. Absolutely. That's a fact. And if you even, and I'm going to go into the fact a little bit more, is like, I know that at least in the 90s, the Niners had a, like a karate coach, like a who was trained in hand-to-hand combat to help these offensive and defensive lineman players that essentially engaged in hand-to-hand combat in the at the professional sports level. So that is a man that has the hands to engage, right? So big, strong, and did I say he's 6'5", 290? Well, let me give you another statistic that's like, whoa. In college, Keion White was clocked upwards of 21 miles per hour. Got it. So that's like, that's very fast. That's freak level fast. His 40, I believe, was only 4.79. So like, I'm not sure, but like, I think he's got what it takes when we're talking about measurables, okay? A man 6'5", 290, they can get up to 21 miles per hour. It's like, okay, no, we get it. For a comp, for like a player comparison, I think that it was Lombardi that said this, but he does compare, and I agree, he compares favorably to Charles Omenihu. Do you remember ex-Niner Charles Omenihu? Very athletic. I think that he played in like a Super Bowl or two. Defensive lineman, athletic, versatile, and got his pass rush on from the inside. So, the measurables here, what we're looking at, the measurables, it screams almost with these measurables of Keion White combined with the coaching of Niners defensive line coach Kris Kurachek. It's like, it feels like he's too big to fail. Like it's like he's almost too gifted to fail. So that is why I definitely have a positive outlook on this trade, is because like, I believe it's like, if you get him out there and coach him up, that like nature should take his course and he should be a decent player, honestly. Last season, when he got more snaps, he did get 5 sacks. He has the ability to rush the passer, to rush the passer. However, hasn't played really at all this season. Interesting look on his face when he got drafted. I mean, he probably has a story to back that up. But in doing the research, it feels like, knock on wood, if he's healthy and if he's out there, he's going to do well, right? But the funny thing is like, hopefully he can get out there, because that's up to the Niners coaches if he's up to that aptitude, right? But he is a player that I really I dig. So I think that reality says he probably has the Charles Omenihu type impact, ability to play outside as a run defender, kicks inside for the pass rush, right? So he'll kick inside as a pass rusher on passing downs. And I think that he has the ability to take care of business in that Charles Omenihu mold. Now, his upside, in my opinion, I mean, he's close to like Chase Young, freakishness of upside. And I would say that in his best season, his upside might be a little bit poorer than Chase Young with the Niners, which is still really good. That's still actually really good. Chase Young had like a 6-7. No, had sort of like a 50-50. He was spotty with his effort at times. And I think that's actually what you might get from Keion White as well. So I think that the comp stands, but the Niners will be better off overall with White on the field. We'll see, though. The Niners also. So what do I think about that trade? What's my overall grade for the trade? It's going to be in the B-, C+ range. If I were to base it on the trade, if I were to talk about timing, it's about a D or a D-. And this is what I mean. For my overall assessment of this trade is this. The Niners could have done this exact trade. Nothing else, blah, yada, yada. Literally the day after Nick Bosa got injured. And they certainly could have done it when Bryce Huff or Yetur Gross-Matos went down, right? So this is not too little too late, but it is in terms of the effect of keeping the Niners' momentum up, right? So I believe that John Lynch should have done this trade legitimately a month ago. And that him not doing this trade a month ago is criminal. So I am very, very critical of that. And this is why. The Niners were so susceptible when Nick Bosa went down. They had no pass rush, essentially, right? And then when Bryce Huff went down, I was like, they really didn't. And it isn't, I do not think it's good that us as fans okay, I'll just tell you this. How about this? C-Train Omelet. I'm going to let you know what's up. It's not good that they ended up doing that for the last month and a half. I have been screaming on this channel. You can find it. Just look at all my reports, all my content for the last month and a half for the Niners. I have been clamoring, screaming for them to get a defensive lineman. Any defensive lineman, darn near. Like, seriously. And now it seems like all of Niners faithful has done the same. That's not good. It's not good that the world knew that the Niners needed defensive line help, and still they waited almost months, week after week after week after week, right? It's like, dude, the pass rush isn't going to come. They needed to get it. So for them doing something that they had to do, that they should have done, almost maybe months, but at least a month ago and weeks ago, I don't give them credit for that. I'm sorry. I don't give them credit for that. It's like, I'm not going to give you credit. I'm sorry for flushing the toilet or turning off the water, because it's elementary things that we should do. Just as if you lose every semblance of a pass rush, your team must get a pass rusher. They didn't do it, and that's on them. I am so critical right now of John Lynch, because it's like Trent Williams' trade was good, if that was even him. CMC was good. The draft's horrible for all intents and purposes. He's not a great drafter. And if he was, it was Adam Peters. Just look that up. Adam Peters made all the good draft picks. But think about this. I think that John Lynch's re-signings have been atrocious. The fact that John Lynch always waits, and the Niners always wait till the last second to where all of the players. So what I mean is this. Every player that held out and then re-signed with the Niners has been injured or had a off season. And this is why. It's because they're skipping all of the training, all of the conditioning that they need to do with the team, and every semblance of training, and they're not doing it. So they're not conditioned up to team aptitude, and they're not trained up to the team aptitude because they have not done it with the team. Made them by themselves, I don't care. I absolutely don't care. And in fact, I just think I couldn't care less what these guys do with their free time. All I know is that Nick Bosa, Brandon Ayuk, they all held out and they all played horribly when they came back. Terribly. There's no replacement for putting in time with your squad. Not alone thinking about your squad. So, that's where my critiques of John Lynch come in. So it's like the Nick Bosa re-signing, negative because of the timing. CMC re-signing, negative because of the timing. CMC was injured all of last season, right? And he re-signed. The Trent Williams, negative because of that, right? Brandon Ayuk, he gets absolutely murked the next season. Destroyed. Like, maybe residuals because he wasn't training with the squad. I don't know. Who's to say? I am. I'm to say that these all correlate with the fact that these players are not spending the requisite time in the offseason doing the exact same things that your team needs to do. It's like, okay, well, let me just ask you this question. Like, I'm saying that the Niners aren't doing the things that they need to do. They're not training properly. A sign of them not training properly would be injuries. Have the Niners been injured the last few seasons? Wait a second, and I'm telling you with empirical evidence and data that these players haven't been training properly. 2 and 2 together. The critical thinking, it works sometimes, y'all. It works. So, my hope is that you can get these guys integrated and get Huff back in the next week or two. Gross Matos is possible to come back this week. Same with Sam Okunwanu as well. So, but I didn't get to the other thing. We only talked about the fit, and then I criticized John Lynch. The Niners also signed former Niners defensive lineman Clelin Ferrell. So Clelin Ferrell is back with the Niners. Defensive end, generally he plays. 6'4", about 265. He's 28 years old. I love this signing, and I don't know why he wasn't signed earlier. This is why I love the signing. Bear with me. If you look at 2 or 3 seasons ago, Clelin Ferrell played every game with the Niners. That's why. That's why I like the signing. That's why I really like the signing. Because he has a track record and history of playing relatively heavy downs and being okay about it, right? Bryce Huff is a situational pass rusher who the Niners overused. They overused and injured him. It's the Niners' fault. 100%. 1,000,000%. Same with Samo. Was overused, now he's injured. His injury, maybe not as much as the Niners' fault, but like the Bryce Huff injury is 1,000,000% on the Niners. It is only the Niners' fault. Bryce Huff averaged 23 snaps a game. He was on his 45th snap when he got hurt. He's playing 2 games. The Niners made a situational dude play 2 games in 1. That's what mean people do, honestly. It's like, do you want him to get hurt? It seems like the Niners wanted him to get hurt by asking him to play. So that's like, hey, that's like me asking you, hey, how much can you lift? How much can you bench press? 100 pounds? Nice. Do 220. Do 220 and do it now. Do 220, do it now, double time. What, you're going to get injured because you haven't done it? Oh, what? That's your bad. Why'd you lift so much weight? Come on. Sometimes in sports, and if you take that step back, took a step back to analyze these tricks, analyze these moves, actually think about it for a second, and not just react to the breaking news. It's like the critical thinking really does help. I'm not even sure. Like these cases that I'm making, they hold water, right? It's not like Bryce Huff got hurt, situational pass rusher, got hurt on his first snap with a strain. He got hurt on his last snap. This is twice as much as he usually has. So I really like, that's a B to B, it's a B, solid B signing, Clelin Ferrell. I really, really like that. But this is also what you know what I like? I like hearing from you. I want to know, what grade do you give these 2 Niners moves? And you can do them you can do them in 2 different grades, right? 2 separate grades. Separate, that's the word I was looking for, right? So in the comment section, your grades, the signing of Clelin Ferrell, and also the Niners trading for Keion White. And while you're out there, while you're doing that, hey, like, follow, and subscribe for your Niners content, right? I'll see you next time at C-Train Station. Have a super happy Halloween. There may be more Niners moves coming up, and let's enjoy the game on Sunday. I hope to have a preview of the Giants game. It'll be at least a little short one. We'll get our predictions in and have some fun next time. Until then, I'll see you next time at C-Train Station. Have a good one.